Hello, my name is Mercury and welcome to this brand new episode of Media FA. Today I'm alone. Today I'll be discussing the now seventh movie that has come out in the Transformers franchise, Transformers Rise of the Beasts. So, yeah, 7 movies. However, this movie is the second installment in the new rebooted universe for Transformers. Which started with Moby in 2018, 5 years ago. Which, I mean, it's been a while since we had a Transformers movie. So yeah, it's been 5 years since we had a Transformers movie. Moby was successful. It was successful enough to grant us a sequel, Transformers Rise of the Beasts. So yeah, Transformers has been through a rough patch since Age of Extinction, I would say. Age of Extinction was the last movie in pretty much all of Transformers to make $1 billion. It was the last one. None of them after this made $1 billion. Because Last Night failed. Even though Last Night made over triple its budget. A little bit over triple its budget. Actually no, like a little under triple its budget. It still failed miserably because It had to break even at least 700 million. Had to break even at least 700 million, I'm pretty sure, and it did not get there. It just didn't get there. So yeah, it was a pretty big failure, both critically and financially. It was mainly because of Age of Extinction being also not very good. But yeah, now we're back. Moby was successful critically and financially, so now we have Rise of the Beasts. So, this is the first time I think in a while we've talked about something new and talked about it very recently. The movie is only around. It came out a little bit over a week ago, like a little bit over a week ago. It's stuck in a really weird place, this movie. It released between Spider-Verse and Flash. Flash is not doing well. It's not doing well for what it needs to do. It's not doing well. Flash is not doing well. It's fallen behind on everything. Transformers Rise of the Beast is. I don't think it's ahead of Spider-Verse, but I'll check it. Spider-Verse is doing a lot more. Spider-Verse, I think, made back its budget. Transformers Rise of the Beast is the 10th largest thing here. 10th largest grossing movie of 2023, so it's not that bad. But Spider-Verse is on the lead for the June movies. June is absolutely packed, but Rise of the Beast is hanging on there. It made back a little bit. It's making back a little bit of its budget already. So Yeah. Sorry about this not having any like trailer episodes meeting consumers. It was a bit too late to get to those. But here we are making it. At least I can make it up to you guys for talking about it. Talking about it a bit earlier than other things that will take a bit more to come out. So it's been our first one. What did I think of this movie? Well, I am a really big Transformers fan, so this episode might go on for a very long time. I don't know. It was good. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It was I really liked this movie. I liked it. It was good. It's good. I don't have as much nostalgia for the first movie as other people do. It's not my biggest I don't know. Just I don't. It's not as nostalgic to me as it is to other people. So I'm very unbiased when it comes to Transformers. I think everything in the Transformers franchise for me is unbiased. I love the Transformers, but the movies itself, I'm pretty unbiased too because I don't know. Just they're bad. They're not the greatest. But they're not the greatest movies, and I'm pretty unbiased when it comes to Transformers, the movies. You know, I don't know. Just. I don't care as much. So what did I think about this movie? This is, I think, the second best Transformers movie behind Bumblebee. And I think the first one is the third best. So we might do the other. I think we're gonna do the other movies. But if I were to just ranking it now, it's Bumblebee. Bumblebee is the best one. Second is Rise of the Beasts. Third is the first movie. Fourth is Dark of the Moon. Fifth is Age of Extinction. Sixth is Revenge of the Fallen, and seventh place is Last Night. Last Night is fucking horrible. I don't like fat. I don't like it one bit. Last Night is horrible. I watched it in the theater, and that was the worst mistake I had in my fucking life. People still people still hate me for bringing them over to watch Last Night. Like it was that bad. People hated me for making them go to watch Last Night. So yeah, so Transformers been through a rough patch, and I gotta say this movie really like brought back Transformers. It revived the franchise. This movie is a lot of fun. This movie introduces it's the Autobots, and now introducing the Maximals for the first time in the franchise, and they're fighting against the Terrorcons. Now, the Terrorcons and Transformers have been, have had a really weird, I've had a really weird naming history. In Generation 1, it is a combiner group. The Decepticon combiner group. They're made up of Hunger, Rippersnapper, Blot, Sinner Twin, Cutthroat, and sometimes Cindersaur. But not really. I don't think most of the time it's Cindersaur. but they're like beasts. They're like monster. They're like monsters, pretty much. They are, I think, they are the opposites of the Technobots. They are the counterparts of the Technobots, which are another group, or a group of Autobots. And they form Abominus. That's the combined form. In Transformers Prime, the Terracons are undead Transformers. That's what they are. And in this one, they are Unicron's group. So Terracons have been through a while. I've been through a bit. It's they've been through a lot of history of naming things, but now in this movie, they are the enforcers for Unicron. They are Unicron's minions. And they consist of Scourge, Battletrap, Nightbird, and Freezer, which are Scourge's minions. So yeah, Scourge is like the opposite Optimus. That's based on, I think, the one from is, I think, I think it's based on the like opposite Optimus, like the Optimus from Robots in Disguise 2001. So yeah, there's that. Battletrap is the name of the Decepticon, but now it's a Terracon. And Nightbird, which is a fan favorite, like I get in the original series, Nightbird was a like Decepticon made robot, and in recently she's a mercenary, but now she is a Terracon, and she is really accurate to her design from the original. But Battletrap isn't, because Battletrap looks completely different. Battletrap doesn't even transform into what he transforms into. The original, because he transforms into he splits, like Battletrap splits in the originals. Battletrap here is a tow truck, and in here it's described in TFWiki.net that he's coming to a blue Ford F-150 camper truck, and Battletrap is a duocon, which I mean, there's the duo Cybertronians, I guess, which are Transformers that split into two vehicles and then form one big robot, and then they form like one robot. And here he split into a Ford F-150 camper truck and an AH-64 Apache helicopter, which is way different from what he transforms into in the show in Rise of the Beasts. But you know, Battletrap is one of those. Is the only inaccurate one. Scourge still transforms into a truck. But yeah, that's the new threat. There are no Decepticons in this movie, so yeah. And in this movie, there are humans, Noah Diaz and Elena. I think it's the other human. And you know, it's. I think the humans are handled well. Honestly, I think this is the best thing we've seen with the humans, because they're not like sound really annoying, but they're not. They're not Katie Yeager levels of just uninteresting. They have their own they have their own like, what would you call it? like goals. They have their own goals. They have everything to be there. So yeah, the Terracons and the humans are handled well. The Terracons, as the main villains, honestly, I am not that angry that there are no Decepticons in this movie. It feels weird in every movie, I think, minus Age of Extinction. I think Age of Extinction is the only one where we don't see any Decepticons. Yeah, in every movie except these two, there are no Decepticons, like, at all. The thing is, in this universe, Decepticons know, like, they tracked Earth. And we do know there was gonna be Decepticon Transit. He was gonna be in the movie. So yeah, there was gonna be a Decepticon named Transit. He was gonna have a fight. It was gonna be replacing the scene at the start of the movie with the Maximals. And excuse me. And he was gonna turn into a bus. He's pretty like, that's not that accurate to what he looks to. I mean, he looks like a Decepticon, I guess you would call it in the Bayverse. He looks very insect-like. But I mean, the whole thing with Transit, he was pretty accurate to what he was in I guess the G1, but they're come from the IOW portion, so it's not like. But yeah, but it still just went to a bus. I was supposed to start with that. I was supposed to start with Optimus killing Transit. But yeah, there's gonna be a Decepticon in this movie, which was Transit, but he was cut. Okay, it's not like they forgot Decepticons were existed. It's just kind of weird. But yeah, this movie introduces the Autobots. Well, introduces the Maximals and they team with the Autobots. I've watched Beast Wars. I watched a lot of Beast Wars. Not a lot. I think I watched the entirety of the first season. I need to rewatch it. I don't know if I remember anything. And I watched, I think, half season 2. So I've watched quite a bit of Beast Wars, and I really enjoyed it. And the Maximals, they've been long awaited to appear in the franchise here. They haven't been in any movies. They were gonna. I know Optimus Primal was gonna be in Last Night. He was gonna be in the Last Night, but he was cut. pretty sure. So it was gonna be in last night. So now, right, he's here, and he's very accurate. He looks around the same from what he looked like in last night. He is a lot smaller. Like a lot of the robots here in the new universe, they're a lot smaller than they are in the in the Bayverse, in the original live action universe. But yeah, it's very alike. It's a bit changed, but you know. The Optimus was gonna be in last night, and now he's here in Rise of the Beasts. Yeah, so the Maximals, they were introducing this in this movie. Primal, it was Primal, Air Razor, Cheetor, and Rhinox, but there's also Ape Link. Ape Link is, in fact, not made for this movie. He comes from a toy line. And he is a recolor of Transmetal Optimus. He's a recolor of Transmetal Optimus. But now there's two of them. Two versions of it's Beast Machines, I guess. But yeah, now there's Ape Link who's dead. So again, pretty accurate to what he was before. Ape Link is just a recolor of and slightly retexturing of Optimus Primal. So yeah, he dies at the first. He's not like it wasn't meant to be like that. This big character, I guess. So I mean, I like how they did with him. So yeah. Also, David Soboleff has been. I'm looking here in TF Wiki. David Soboleff is on a roll in this universe. He played Depth Charge in Beast Wars. So it's not like he's one of the. That's the first thing. So he was So yeah. But he's played 4 characters in this new universe. He's played Blitzwing in Bumblebee, Battletrap Rhinox, and Ape Link in Rise of the Beasts. Rhinox apparently says something in this movie. They just completely didn't catch it, but he apparently does talk in this movie. He says one line. So yeah, he does say something, and I think it's "we'll clear the way," something like that. So he does say something in this movie, but yeah, I thought just to get the Maximals out of the way, I feel like they were kind of underused in this movie. As a big Beast Wars fan, I really like Beast Wars. I feel like the Maximals really underused, and there's no really reason for it because the movie opens with the Maximals. It opens with the Maximals on the Maximal planet. We do see the Maximals; they're there, and they just don't do anything in this movie. They don't do a lot, but they are part of the plot, but they don't really show up until like halfway in. So they don't really do much, and I hope that, and since this is gonna be the first in a trilogy of movies, they're gonna come out for Transformers. I hope that they expand on these on the Maximals. Maybe introduce the Predacons. The Predacons aren't in this movie, which is really weird. I'll talk about the Predacons later. But now we move on to the last character, the Autobots. And the Autobots, it's interesting what they have here. Like, I think what they did here is fine. I don't think that there was like any necessity for any more Autobots. Like, you have your Optimus, Mirage, Bumblebee, RC, Wheeljack, and Stratosphere. I think it's enough. I think it was enough. It doesn't detract from So I think any more than what we got. I mean, even then, it was only 4 Autobots who did anything really. Wheeljack looks weird in this movie. I gotta say, Wheeljack, the design isn't my favorite in this movie. It looks really weird. But yeah, I think any more than what we have here just really would have been weird. I think. I know that we're missing some Autobots here and there because there were like 8. It's a sequel to Bumblebee, which the movie ends with like Autobot refugees coming into here. Also, Wheeljack appeared in Bumblebee, and it was voiced by Steve Blum, but then he came to Earth and completely changed. So, yeah. So yeah, it's weird. What we well. They out of here. But yeah, what's the thing? Right. So the Autobots here, I think it's fine what they had here. Just this cast. Any more? I know there was like what they were like eight. I was saying they were like 8 in the sky, 7, and I think only I think the only ones that are confirmed to be here are Mirage. Like apart from Optimus and Bumblebee, there are 7 more Autobots on Earth, and we only see here Mirage, RC, Wheeljack, and Stratosphere. So that accounts for 4. That accounts for 4. Because we know that Bumblebee is the first Autobot on Earth, I'm pretty sure. So that accounts for 4. That means there are 3 more Autobots out there that we don't know. We don't know who they are, where they are, whatever. They might be around the world, they might not be. All I know is that they are not in New York. So I hope that gets expanded, maybe. I mean, Optimus didn't send a signal out to 2 other Autobots that come to Earth, so maybe we'll see the other 3 in the next movie. Who knows? But yeah, this cast I think was perfect. Just like a small cast of Autobots, so we can focus on them. Instead of just making a gigantic movie with a lot of Autobots, I think this is the best one because we also had the Maximals, so that they're not the only good guy Autobot. They're not the only good guy Transformers. It's Cybertronians in this. And now to I think the most disappointing thing. I think the Predacons. There's only 1 Predacon in this movie. Well, 2 if you really want to count it. There's Scorponok, and Scorponok doesn't say anything. They're not even mentioned as Predacons. So it's weird. I think in this movie, I think a post-credit scene showing like maybe Beast Wars Megatron or something like other or like, and I think that would have been cool, like seeing Beast Wars Megatron. Also, I think in this movie, Rat Trap wouldn't have had that much of a that big of a. Wouldn't have fit as much. It's very serious. I think Rat Trap should be saved for the sequel because Rat Trap is very jokey. He's a very comedic character. So I think Rat Trap should. I think not including Rat Trap would have been saved here. Because he would just not stop talking. I think Mirage is already enough of a talker as it is, but I think Rat Trap shouldn't have been here. I don't think he would have fit the whole tone of the movie. So yeah, maybe I think Rat Trap should show up in the sequels if they're going for a more comedic tone with it. I mean, I hope they do. I hope that I really hope that happens because Rat Trap is one of my favorites. I would say he's one of my favorites from the original. Like the dynamic he has with Dinobot is really fun, and I would love to see that in the films. But yeah, I'm really excited to see more of them of the Maximals. So there's gonna be more, and hopefully Predacons. I'm really excited for Predacons. So, okay, what about the plot for this movie? I mean, it's fine. It's just your usual Transformers plot. It's humans meet Transformers. There's this MacGuffin that the Autobots need that also the bad guys are here for, and they have to travel the world for it. And then it all concludes into one big battle where the human is somehow fighting. The humans are involved. There are a lot of conveniences in this. Just to talk about the good, I think that the movie Oh, not really, not the bad. Let's just talk about it for a little bit. I think it's serviceable. The plot is fine. It allows for cool action scenes that are the highlight of the movie, honestly. The plot is fine. It's not bad. The humans aren't part of some magical group of Autobots or this and another. They're here. And they help. And they're kind of needed. But, this movie, I think, fumbles it a little bit with, I think, the pacing. The first when the humans are introduced, I feel like, sure, it doesn't go as slow as I think people said, but it's still a little bit much. It's a little much. But then the plot really picks up once Mirage is introduced. Like, it goes super fast. The plot is lightning fast when Mirage is introduced. It's insane. It's absolutely wild that the plot just goes 0 to 100 really quickly once Mirage is introduced, and it throws so many things at you. Like, what is going on? Sure, it gives you time to breathe and stuff, but like, it just, like, after Mirage is introduced, it just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. So yeah, it's really weird. The Maximals don't really do much. I mean, Eraser is the one I think that has the most screen time, because she's the one that talks a lot. And sadly, Eraser does die in this movie. I don't know if they want to set up Tiger Hawk, but that means that they have to introduce Tigatron, and they didn't. So I don't know if they want to do Tigatron. Excuse me. I don't know if they want to do Tigatron. But Eraser does die. R.I.P. anything that was Eraser. R.I.P. any like hope to see Eraser and Tigatron. It's just not happening, sadly. Sadly, Eraser and Tigatron is not happening in the movie. So yeah, no Tigatron and Eraser. But yeah, Eraser dies. There's a lot. But thing is, Eraser's the only, and Ape-Link are the only good guys that die. Because in this movie, the Autobots just get revived. Like, Bumblebee is like he supposedly dies at the beginning. But it's not really a big surprise if you watch the trailers. Like, I think the second trailer gives it away. I don't know if I think it's the second trailer. Like, he jumps out of stratosphere. Or stratosphere. He says in the movie, I am stratosphere. But he jumps out of stratosphere into the final battle. So you know that he's fine, because he shows up at the finale. You watch the trailer, so that's sad. What else is there? Oh yeah, like he gets revived through Energon, which I think is the stupidest thing ever. Like, Energon has never been able to revive a Transformer or a Cybertronian in any media. It has not been able to revive anything. So here, it magically reviving Moby is weird. At least they kept the fact that Earth is Energon rich from most continuities, except for the original for the Bayverse. The Bayverse doesn't have that fact. It would have made sense if they went to this place and that the Transformers go here, because there's a lot of untapped Energon, but there isn't in the Bayverse. And here there is a lot of Energon. So I think that it's gonna be much better explanation for why they're here instead of why it isn't there. So yeah, this movie finally uses Unicron. I think Unicron and everything in this continuity, it just makes it completely like well known. This is a reboot. Like Unicron is its own entity. It's not the Earth like it is in Last Night. So this is its own continuity, which is great. This is completely distancing yourself from the Bayverse. It is a mess. So yeah, and I think Unicron is fine here. I think it was a bit weird. I think it's a little bit funny seeing the progression in this universe. Like we have Bumblebee, which is a story about a girl getting a car, and the car's a transformer, is Bumblebee, and he gets something out with Decepticons. Like it's pretty simple. And then we get this movie, which is the world's gonna end because Unicron's gonna come here, he's gonna eat us all. It's wild. It's a big jump. It's a really big jump. This movie, Bumblebee to this movie. But yeah, I think the plot picks up a little too fast and a little bit too abruptly for me. And the Nationals aren't really used. The Predacons, they're serviceable villains. Honestly, they're not like sympathetic bad. Like they're not trying to be sympathetic. They're trying to be like the best villains ever. They're just villains, which I mean, fine, I guess. But yeah, I mean the Terracons as villains are fine. Like it's not they're not the best villains. They're not gonna be super omega villains that really need like goals and motivations and all that. I don't think so. Just they're there to serve Unicron. So yeah, sadly the Master aren't really that used. They're important because the transport keeps the MacGuffin of this movie, obviously, and big action scene. Something I gotta complain about the Optimus is bloodthirsty, but he's not as bloodthirsty in this movie because it's explainable that he's mad about Bumblebee dying and he doesn't want any more Autobots to die. Because they suffer enough on Cybertron, he doesn't want to suffer enough on Earth. You know, there's like a little getaway, a little pit stop until they get back on Cybertron, but they're stuck here. And he's really mad. But it's kind of funny seeing Optimus in Bumblebee being not so psychotic to here. He's kind of turning the Bayverse with the line, I'm gonna take back Scourge's key and then take off his head. You know, like that. And he's like psychotic. He's not psychotic, but he's violent. He's violent in this movie. Which is, I think it's funny to see like that transformation. Yeah, the plot is fine. There are a lot of conveniences in this movie, like having Elena figure out the code for the key, for the transport key to take it out. It still doesn't work, but that's fine. And the humans like having this tunnel that they can fit through to get to where you need to go. Yeah. The action scenes, like in all Transformers movies, the action scenes are great. No complaints here. But the only thing, I think these have better action scenes than Bumblebee. But like Bumblebee, you can actually see who's who in this. I feel like the Terracons, I got the final battle. I think the Terracons go down a bit too easily. Just a bit too easy. For my taste, it's a bit weird. It's a bit disappointing that the Terracons went down so easily. Like Battletrap dies like a minute into the final battle. He dies really quickly. It's a bit weird, but you know, whatever. The humans they have it too easy. It's a bit too easy for everybody here. But honestly, this movie's fine. This movie's good. It's serviceable as a Transformers movie. I hope it really does well because I want to see more of this franchise and not have it really be ruined by Michael Bay and all that. So, yeah. One thing that I really am not looking forward to, but I'm kind of interested to see how they do, is the whole G.I. Joe thing. Like, now, in this movie, they're officially crossing it over G.I. Joe. So, they've said that it's going to be mainly Transformers, but it will have G.I. Joe characters, which is smart because, I mean, they can sell, because you can't really sell toys of Elena Wallace, you know? I mean, you can sell toys of Noah Diaz, but with the armor, it's not. But with G.I. Joe, it's your characters. You can sell toys of Snake Eyes. And it would probably do well. Yeah, as the Transformers thing. So, you know, I think it's a smart marketing choice. I don't know how they would do that, because I've seen that G.I. Joe doesn't have the best track record when it comes to movies. So I really hope that Transformers doesn't become bad as we keep going on with this trilogy. I hope it actually gets better, or at least remains in the same like ballpark. I just hope it doesn't get bad. I hope it doesn't like just go down in quality as it goes on. But yeah, I hope that like Autobots stayed it, like in Bumblebee. Cliff Driver was split in two, but in this one, Bumblebee survives and Mirage gets rebuilt. Like, he gets rebuilt, and I mean, he's still alive, and it becomes like the armor for Noah, but he's still alive. He comes back to life. And you don't see Ares are coming back to life. So I hope that the good guys do suffer some consequences. I hope that we see more Autobots in the next one. The next movie is actually going to be a prequel to this one. I think it's going to be a prequel. I don't know if it's still connected to I don't know if it's still its own continuity or connected to this one. But it will be called Transformers 1, and it will be started out. It's an animated movie set on Cybertron with Chris Hemsworth as Optimus. Which, I mean, I can see it. I can see it as a younger Optimus. But yeah, if that movie is canon to this thing, it will be the first time we see Megatron, and he will be played by Brian Tyree Henry, which is the same actor as Jefferson Davis in Spider-Verse, Phastos in Eternals, and the conspiracy guy, I forgot his name, the conspiracy guy in Godzilla vs. Kong. So yeah, there's that. And other characters like Scarlett Johansson as Alita 1. That's gonna be also and Keegan Michael Key as Bumblebee. So there's that. And among other characters, I'm sure. Among other characters. Oh yeah, and what was his name? Someone's playing Sentinel. John Hamm is Sentinel Prime, and Lawrence Fishburne is Alpha Trion. Or I guess its name is just Alita here. So yeah, it's happening. It's our next movie, and this one, honestly, it's good. It's good. It's a nice. Rise of the Beast is a nice 7 out of 10. It's good, recommend it, but don't expect the best movie to come out in all of cinema. I guess it's serviceable. A 7.5. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. It's serviceable. It's good. It's a good movie. Serviceable. It's fun. It's a fun time, and honestly, just great for everybody. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Transformers. We'll talk Rise of the Beasts. We will probably be talking about the rest of Transformers series as it goes on. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah.